that little opening sequence. And how fitting, actually, was the firefighter deal. That sequence just that's downtown Little Rock, and the capital area. So let's get right off into this war stories here. Okay, here we go. Now I would spend 2 weeks at base camp, with all of my people, and then I would be on a 2 week rotation where I would be attached to these engineers. Now the engineers, what they would do over there in country was, they would do some of the raids, the door to door. If there was a person of interest they was looking for, or heard that it was some material or weapon somewhere, they would go and check it out. So as a medic being attached to their unit, what I would have to do, and the guys that was with us, guys and gals, when they would go do raids and things like that in this town or whatever, we would be at that town, like maybe right outside the gate type of deal, and we would actually set up a little treatment center, I guess you'd say. We let down the hatch on one of them tanks, pop open a couple of litters or stretchers, have some IV, have like things ready to go in case something went bad, right? Every time they went on a raid, we would be there, just in case. Nothing ever happened as far as us needing to treat anybody because it popped off and became some crazy ass situation. You know what I mean? That didn't happen, but we were prepared. Baqubah, Iraq. So that was a nice little town. It was a city. So they actually had a governor's what they call mansion or whatever. So we end up kind of taking over the governor's mansion. And the governor's mansion actually was like this joint operation, this joint task force deal. You had some army people, you had some naval, maybe intelligence, you know what I'm saying, Marines, special forces. You had people that was not just army in this governor's mansion. They would have these little meetings, all this shit. Anyway, we did one of these missions where we went out, like I said, performed a little, we were set up while the guys did their little thing. We came on back. Everything was cool. I mean, we're listening, watching videos, watching movies. And kind of kicked off our boots and shit. Here comes our physician assistant, PA, Captain O. She shows up and she like, hey, she come to the medics. It's like a group of 3 or 4 of us. And she's like, hey, I need one of you guys, you know what I'm saying, to come along with me. We have to go. I just need somebody to drive. Because, whenever there was a captain, lieutenant, whatever, they wasn't drivers. It was always privates, private first class, specialist, sergeant. You know what I'm saying? It was enlisted with drive officers, right? So she comes, she's like, I need somebody to drive me to wherever it is that we finna go. And I'm looking around. I'm the medic with the most shit on, so it's just like, all right, cool. I'll drive. Don't worry about it. So I tell Captain No that I'll drive. So give me like, she's like, okay, hurry up. We about to leave. I'll give you 5 minutes. I mean, you got 5 minutes. I'm like, sure, give me 3. Put this on, put that on, boom, I'm ready to go. Got my this, got my that. Because now we're about to leave outside the gate. So when you leave outside the gate, you got to make sure you got your weapon, magazine, you know what I mean? I ain't talking about your ebony and your jet, my nigga. I'm talking about that weapon, ammo, magazine. God, I can't even think. Anyway, so you got to make sure you got all that, your helmet, your this, because you leaving out. You don't never know what situation you're going to find yourself in, right? So we done left out. We in that messed up situation where it's about to become dark, all right? It's dusk. Is that what it is? Is that what it is? Is that what it is? It's dusk? Not dawn, dusk. So it's getting to that point. Now, let me stop that story right there. Put a pin in it. Put a pin in it. Put a pin in it. Here we go. Now, there is this stretch of road, right, in Baqubah when you go from town to outside the town, right? And there's this stretch of road that there's no street lights on, right? So at night, it's fucking dark. Dark as shit. Remember what I told y'all? When there's no moon, you can't see nothing, right? Alright. Now, this road has been notoriously dubbed RPG Alley. RPG, for those of you who don't know, it don't stand for Rural Project Group. Yeah, nah, man. It stands for Rocket Propelled Grenade. Okay? Rocket Propelled Grenade. That's what we talking about. All right, RPG Alley. What would that give you the impression of, people? Let's hear it. Fucking correct. It means you driving down this stretch of roadway and motherfuckers don't like to line this goddamn roadway and shoot shoulder-fired fucking rocket-propelled grenades. Excuse my French. This is where we find ourselves headed into the direction of RPG Alley. We going the back way because we're leaving the governor's mansion, right? So we tracking along, and I'm not really realizing because I'm used to hitting this road from the other direction. So I'm not really realizing it till I'm like, you know, I'm driving, and I'm driving the ambulance. And if you've seen the military ambulances, you know exactly what. This ain't nothing that's just stealthy, that's just easy to maneuver. You know what I'm saying? So you looking around and you like, I look over there, and I'm like, we're going to RPG Alley? Like, yeah, we're going to RPG Alley. Like, okay, you know what I'm saying? Tighten up. You know what I'm saying? That's when you like, fuck this seatbelt. You know what I'm saying? I need to be ready. Got my gun sticking out the window. We ready, right? And now, just about this time, we getting towards RPG Alley. This sun is dropping like at a rapid rate. It's dropping fast. We went from dusk to nigga, I can't see shit. That motherfucking quick. You know what I'm saying? So we got on the lights, you know. This is not one of them situations where we night lighting using the night vision. Nah, we got our white lights, you know, regular headlights glowing. We gone. So make a left on the RPG Alley, whatever, and we ride down there for a hot second, and then we stop. Comes to a complete stop. This this little convoy we in. I'm like, what's up? What's up? That's when Kat looks over at me. She's sitting in this seat. She looks over at me. She's like, okay, Stu, this is what's about to happen. Da 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 da. And I'm sitting there like this. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Okay, let's go. And now what she said is, okay, what happened is one of our convoys was driving down this road. Some guys jumped out with RPGs. They shot and hit one of the Humvees, blew one of the Humvees up. And so we're out here looking for NCO and his driver. I'm like, now, no offense, and I know y'all who was with me, y'all know Captain O, right? And so there's no disrespect to her. I was a 20-year-old, 21-year-old at the time, you know what I'm saying? And I was like, in my mind, I was like, bitch, what you mean? How you mean these motherfuckers got blued up and you, oh, why you ain't say this shit? So she's like, Stu, we're gonna do this, right? And so I'm like, yes, ma'am. Okay, cool. Okay, I got it. Yeah. All right, let's do this. Boom, hop out. So what it is like I said, the situation is exactly what she said the situation was. Convoy driving down the road. Boom, Humvee. Got shot with the RPG. It hit the passenger side, right? Blew that side of the Humvee up. Now, so what we get to, right, is this situation where the whole convoy is gone, right? So you know that no man left behind shit? Okay, well, apparently, if it's super fucking dark, nobody can see shit, there's gonna be a man or two that could get left behind, but not for good. Because let me tell you what we do as Americans, right? Jumped up on the scene, it's pitch black, and as a medic, that's what my training kick in. Look up emergency room, and look up this word called triage. Trage. Yeah, triage, right? So you go through this situation. You go through this pattern that you know in the medical field where you just start checking everything from head to toe with this person that could be wrong, and all of that, right? Well, this person, I'm not even gonna lie to y'all, you know what I'm saying? It just so happened that this person was, you know, he wasn't here. He wasn't with us no more. Now, he was sitting on the side that got blew up. You know what I mean? He was the person that was, you know, driving. Am I tripping? I want to say it was the person that was driving. Yeah, because it hit that side. And he got blown up. You know what I'm saying? So when I got on the scene, I'm not knowing if he dead or not. I don't know this. You know what I mean? And immediately what I do recognize is that he's missing a leg. He's definitely missing a leg, right? And so it's cool. He's not making any noise, but that don't mean he's dead, right? So I go through the checks, the systems, and all of that, and I'm able to determine he's no longer with us, and he's been gone for quite a minute. And then, you know, behind me, I find, you know, the lower extremity that I said was missing. You know what I'm saying? And for some people, that'll freak them all the way out. For me, right now, I think I'm more freaked out that we out here on RPG Alley and it's fucking dark. You know what I'm saying? Not necessarily the injuries and shit that we dealing with. Now, mind you, the person that's blown up or that I just determined was dead, he was the passenger. We still haven't found who was driving this thing, right? And who was driving this thing just so happened to be, all right, so there's this roadway, RPG Alley. They shot on that side, hit that side. Boom. Convoy keeps going, and apparently this man had the wherewithal, after being blown up, that loud noise, that bright, that hollering, because now you can't hear, you probably can't see a little bit, you just probably feeling, you like Jenkins, Johnson, Jarrett, or whoever the motherfucking name was. He probably don't know nothing. He done got out. He got out. He got out the vehicle, crossed the road. I mean, just went, opposite side of the road, right? Now, there's a is it covered? Culvert? I've never been able to say this on the first time go. Rode and hopped out the Humvee, went out, got into the cover, and he's halfway under the road. He's not right there in the hole, and he didn't go back all the way to the other side. He's in the middle of the road. He don't know what's going on. And when I tell you, man, that motherfucker was two emotions that I know he felt, because like I said, we checked the one guy, and he didn't make it. And so I know that so they start calling out, we looking for somebody else. And so knowing that it was an explosion, this motherfucker could have been in pieces. He could have been over there. He could have been over there. I don't know. We don't know, right? So we looking, and we find him in the covert. Now, you got to imagine, he's out of his mind right now. So when we go over there with flashlights so we can see, and by we, I mean me, Captain, you got, the big guns behind us with assault rifles and some more shit, right? You know what I'm saying? So when I say we it's a group of us now. You know what I'm saying? And this covert ain't no little bit ass pipe. This is a big ass, 3-4 of us could, walk. Man, we straight. It's a big ass covert, right? And so now we got flashlights shining in this man's eye. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, woo, woo, and he's freaking out. He's like, oh no, don't hurt me. And you gotta believe that that's a fucked up situation. No pussy, no scared, no punk ass. Nah, he's just like, I. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, calm down. I'm an American. Shit. Don't hurt me. You know what I'm saying? And then he's able to recognize, like, oh shit, that's me, that's us, that's y'all. Like, goddamn, then he could calm down, and you could see the relief in his face, man. You could see the relief and the heartbreak. All of it just came to you know what I'm saying? And then he started asking questions about his partner, his brother, and this, then the third. And when I tell you, that was one of the times I had to look at this had to look at a person and just straight up lie to him. And I mean, in that wartime environment, as a medic, my job, you know what I'm saying? Now remember, he was just riding this. He's been on a roller coaster from just riding in the dark to being blown up to being scared to not knowing to thinking that some motherfuckers finna come take you and snatch you to realizing, oh no, that's your folks, to now it's just like, all right. Oh shit, hold up, I was right. What happened to bro? And it's like, calm down, bro. Bro got out of here. We good. You know what I'm saying? Bro on his way. He's on his way, man. And that's some fucked up shit, because yeah, he eventually found out that dude didn't make it. Dude died right there on the street. Leg blown off and everything. Dude did not make it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm sure dude realized that later on in life, like, man, they just told me what they had to tell me to keep me, from freaking out again. You know what I'm saying? Calm down and all of that shit. But, man, that's a fucked up emotion on both sides, to be the young 20-something-year-old dude who's saying this, and I got my reasons and all that shit, but I know I'm lying, and I know eventually you're going to find out and probably be even more heartbroken, right? But that's just the nature of what we was dealing with. And that being that, there's some more to this story, because now we got to go to where my folks at. Remember I said we do 2 weeks on, 2 weeks off? Guess where we picking him up and taking him to? We taking him to my home camp. All right? So I'm going to end this right here. Part 2 to this story is coming soon, all right? Once again, I love y'all.